Welcome to Finding Your Sexiness podcast. And today I have with me Robert Wise, who is a producer, director, writer
Yes.
Of Black Jesus.
Black
And
Jesus, among other things, hopefully.
several other TV shows that you've got going on.
Yes.
So tell us about Black Jesus. That's a pretty popular show. You're in the fourth season now?
Third season is coming out this summer, they're telling us. We're not exactly sure when yet, but it is completed. So third season comes out. It was a lot of fun doing it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the public thinks about it. You know, it's different than the first two seasons, so...
What's the premise for people?
Well, it's about Jesus Christ. He's returned to earth, and he lives in Compton, and he's black. And present day, and live action, and it's on Adult Swim. And so Jesus is there with a gang of people, but he is preaching the word to them, but in a way that they can understand. So he didn't come back kind of like stuffy coat and snobbish from some part of New Hampshire or something that they couldn't understand in Compton. He came to them in a way that they can understand. So he speaks and talks and does the things that they do, but he's still trying to slowly push them in the right direction. So it's kind of funny because he acts like they do, but he has a grand plan for them. So that's what's kind of funny. So even though he kind of acts kind of hoodish, but it's so they can understand him.
So it's a comedy, obviously.
Obviously a comedy.
But it has a bit of a serious tone sometimes?
Well, it has heart, we call it. Mm-hmm. It has heart. The idea is for, to have a little heart moment. We want you to laugh like crazy, but at the same time, get a little heart and you kind of do the right thing, because our characters always do the wrong thing. They're doing the wrong thing, right? And that's what's the idea is to do the right thing in real life. So we show you the wrong thing so you'll know, you shouldn't do that. You should do this. And Jesus knows it too. And so he's just kind of steering them. It's like a lot of people believe that when you talk about Jesus or religion or something like that, they say, well, Jesus, he wouldn't do the wrong thing, or people who do wrong things, like go to prison and this kind. Well, they don't believe in Jesus. Well, yes, they do. Matter of fact, people in prison pray all the time, and criminals pray all the time, and people who do things that we don't agree with pray all the time. And if you're a Christian, you believe that Jesus is with you all the time, whether you're doing good or whether you're doing bad. And so if you believe that, then you'd have to say, okay, well, you'll be about to do something wrong, right? Now you're a Christian, so you believe that Jesus is always with you. So we figured, how funny would it be if we physically put him there and you still do the wrong thing? Just like you do like in real life. Okay, real life, you might believe he's in spirit with you and you do the wrong thing. So physically, it's even funnier. So he's there, he's like, Gail shouldn't do that. And you're like, yeah, I know, but I'm going to do it anyway, Jesus. And that's what makes it funny. So he's kind of like that. And then sometimes, he doesn't take sides. So he'll help you do that thing, which a lot of people believe. A lot of people believe that Jesus has helped them do things that other people might not like. So he's there to help you. Even when you might not be doing something society thinks is right. He's just there to help you, period. And that's kind of funny too. Even though he's still always trying to show you the right way to go. But you might not go that way. But eventually, hopefully the characters will all eventually see the light, because Jesus sees in the show, he sees the big picture, the grand picture. He can see the finish line where you may not be able to. So it's kind of funny.
So how in the world did you come up with this concept?
Oh, I came up with the idea of Aaron Magruder, who I work with on the Boondocks. I came up with the idea. I was doing a show called Sunday Best, and I was just doing that show, and then one day in the office, it just kind of hit me that, what if there's this Black Jesus comedy, and he was coming, he's hanging around people in the hood and trying to teach them what to do or whatever, but of course they wouldn't pay much attention to him. And it's kind of had a basic concept, And I went to Aaron, who's my boss, and I was working on the Boondocks animated series, and I pitched it to him, and he's like, yeah, let's do this. And so basically I kind of like signed it over with him, and then I stayed on as executive producer and helped write and all that stuff. And that's kind of how it happened. And it just kind of hit me out of the blue. It's just like, let's do this. And I was lucky enough that I could pitch it to Aaron, who then turned around and pitched it to Adult Swim, and it became a show. So there you go. And then we got lucky and we found the actor, Slink Johnson, who's amazing. And we kind of lucked out with that, because very few people could play Jesus and get away with it in a comedy way.
Yeah.
Not many people could pull that off. I really can't think of almost anybody outside of maybe an Eddie Murphy or Richard Pryor could pull something like that off and be believable at it, and Slink can do it. So kind of.
And then didn't you meet your wife on the show too?
I did meet my wife on the show. We casted her, and we didn't really talk much in the first season. But after first season was over, we started talking, and just that kind of like how you keep in touch type talk. Producer would talk to all the actors to keep, but we kind of hit it off in between seasons. And then by the second season, I would say we were a thing. And then we got married after third season.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And she's up for an Emmy right now.
She's up for a daytime Emmy, The Young and the Ruthless. So she's very excited.
Oh, wow.
Very excited.
Fantastic.
So good for her.
So how did you get to be so successful? I mean, we talk
Still
about
getting there.
people think it just kind of comes and you're lucky. Was it a lot of hard work?
Well, yeah, sure. It's always hard work, but and it's always luck. I call it labor under correct knowledge. Luck. So you work hard under correct knowledge. That's luck, and you make your own luck. That's what I think. So that's what I do. But there's all kinds of ways. I mean, there's many ways to skin a cat, right? As my dad would tell me. There's more than one way, So, hard work, but hard's not great. You want to just work properly, work smart. And I do believe that you get a lot of your best work done inside, and kind of do most of your work inside. So, and that would be like just sitting down and writing, if that's what you need to do. If you want to be a producer or a director, just do it. Like Nike says, Nike's right. That's really actually what Nike is saying, which maybe is why they're such a powerful company. Just do it is extremely powerful.
Just get started. Just put pen to paper and get your ideas down.
Just like you do with your books. Just do it, and don't worry about if it's going to work or not. You'll make it work. And that's the biggest key, is if you're a writer or anything that you do, I think, or you want to be a lawyer, you want to be whatever, a doctor, just then do those steps you have to do. Just do it. And if it turns out like, I can't stand this, that's fine. Then you've done it. You know where to go.
But the hard thing is probably not really the writing it, more getting somebody to believe in it, getting somebody to do it.
Yeah, that's true. That is the trick, isn't it? But the key is, don't worry about it. Once again, just do it. Don't worry about it. I think that you invent everything in this world. Everything's about imagination. You're sitting here on this couch and all the things you just thought that up. Okay, your whole career, you just thought it up.
We manifest our lives.
Just made
Absolutely.
It work, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I just make stuff up too, right? And everybody does. Wall Street's made up. Everything's made up, and then we turn it into something that's that we can, some density that we can have a tactile thing with. But I think that the key is your imagination is very powerful, no matter what you want to do. So use your imagination and just do it, and believe in yourself in here, and miracles happen.
Now, have you always been like that as a kid?
No.
You didn't believe in yourself as a kid?
Not that much.
Yeah.
Maybe more than some, but I don't know. You grow. I mean, I wish I had believed in myself sooner, but it just didn't happen that way. So I think everything happens in this right time.
Did you always know you were going to be in the movie business?
No, I didn't. I did it first when I was a kid, and then by the time I got to college, I had forgotten that, because the real world has, now it's the real world. So I'm gonna go out there and go to college and make money. So I did that, and it sucked. So I couldn't stand it. So I went back to college, And then from there, I started interning in the television station. And that's when I said, oh, yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do. And then I kept going from there. But I guess I just got a fear, or I listen to people tell me that being in Hollywood or being a producer, creating shows or whatever is impossible.
And did the education make a difference, or it's really more about being an intern and getting the experience and working
getting the
with people?
experience, but sometimes you have to have the education to get the experience, but not all the time. So I don't think there's a set way. There is the logical way, sure, go to school, but I would recommend interning that way, or something like that, or PAing or something, so you can kind of learn everybody's job, so you'll know which one you like. So I interned, and then the bottom of the barrel. But the cool part about the bottom of the barrel is you get to see what everybody does. So now you can pick and choose. Oh, I want to do that. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. Oh, that's okay. Then you get to figure out which way you want to go. And then once you've seen which way you want to go, then go for that. And the bottom of the barrel is really, really good, because you can see everything above you and clearly, and say, okay, now I know where I want to go. And so that's that, because when I first got in, I thought I wanted to be something else. When I got it, but when I got interning, I was like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. That's terrible. I thought it was good, but that's awful. I really want to be a producer.
Did you have any mentors? Anybody particularly that you thought really you admired?
Oh, you mean like people I didn't know, sure, on television.
But not people you interned for. It was more people on television.
Yeah, a lot of good people around me, but I didn't work for anybody who wanted to really do what I wanted to do, because I worked in a television station. Yeah. So I wanted to be a television movie producer, like TV shows, right? Back in the day, I wanted to be more of a movie producer than a TV producer. Now it's not the case.
Well,
I'd much rather be to TV than.
Well, TV is like the hot thing right now. I mean, all the actors are doing TV now.
TV's
it's
great.
Like a hot market.
TV's great. I love TV. TV's a lot better to me. I'll still do movies. Don't get me wrong, but I love TV. TV, I get the long form. I get the really get into the characters and the story, and it's much more fun to me than 2 hours. Even though 2 hours is great, not knocking it, but man, I love to give me 5 or 10 hours. It's great. I love that. That's fun.
So we're talking about finding your sexiness, and finding sexiness is not just about the way you look or how you act. It's about being successful, living your dream, and doing what you really want to do.
Sure.
So what do you think sexy, and what's your secret?
Well, I think sexy is just being yourself. I think when you're your true self, you're your sexiest that you can be. So don't be someone you're not. I think a lot of times you'll see people like, you remember in Seattle, they had the grunge trend.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. That's because those people were just being who they were. So they became very sexy. And they made grunge sexy, right? Because that's just who they were. In the golden age of Hollywood, those people were all classy. Well, that's who they were, and they made that sexy. I think each generation, just be who you are, and then you make it sexy. I don't think there's a formula to sexy. Just be who you are, and no matter who that is, whether you're tall, fat, thin, whatever, it doesn't matter. You see fat people as sexy as good as they can be. You know what I mean? It's because they're being who they are.
And passionate about what they're doing.
Passionate, yeah, because they're passionate about it. I think naturally, because that's who they are. And it's not fake. And I think your subconscious can kind of tell when people are faking it a little bit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I think that's the key to being sexy. I think because nerds are sexy now, right? But again, they're being who they are, and they quit hiding it.
And you're picking actors, so you're picking people that are going to have charisma. Mm-hmm. Is there something you're looking for when you're choosing casting for your show?
Well, I guess as a producer, once the casting director we looked at the tapes and they're sitting down in front of us. It is people are looking for the it factor. Well, I'm just a fan at that point, because when I'm sitting down in front of an actor, I'm waiting for them to hit me with the it factor too, because I don't know what it is. So they sit down in front of me and they're like, I can feel it just like the person on the screen can feel it at home or in the theater, and I can see it just like they can. So you can't really necessarily tell that from a picture or whatever, but you can on camera or when they're in front of you. And when they get there, I'm just looking for who's right for the part. That's number one. And if they're going to become a big star, sometimes I can tell because I can I don't know what it is. But
they've got that magic they've got that charisma.
Don't know what it is. And it doesn't have any boundaries. There's no type. Again, it doesn't matter gender. It doesn't matter about culture or color or male, female, size, good looking or not good looking. Doesn't matter.
It's that thing. It's that special magic charisma.
It's something coming from inside those people.
Exactly, and that's what I like what you said. Inside. It's coming from inside.
It's coming from inside those people. It has nothing to do with the outside. It's weird. It's weird because society will say, "Oh, that person's not attractive," but one of the biggest stars in the world, and you love them.
Yeah.
And the other person, you will see someone who's just gorgeously beautiful, and you're like, yeah. Or vice versa. You just don't know. It's an it. It comes from inside. And I when I sit down in front of people, that's all I'm looking for. I'm not trying to judge them. I'm just trying to feel it. I'm just trying to feel if they're right for the part, and if they have the it. And then after I'm done or whatever, we cast them and say, yeah, you're gonna be a star. As long as you keep your head about you and don't get consumed in the craziness, you're gonna make it big. And I've been able to do that with 2 or 3 people, and they've made it big. And they were like nobody, like they didn't have any money or whatever, and now they have tens of millions of dollars. And it takes a while for them to get the call back now, but not when I met them, they didn't.
Now you said 3 other shows coming along in the works.
Shows. Yeah, I'm pitching those shows right now. So I'm in various degrees of meetings and this, that, and the other, and negotiating, so we'll see. So
you do writing?
Yeah, I create the shows. I write them, so I'll do a treatment, and I'll write an outline and a script, a pilot script, because right now I'm doing TV. So that's what I'll do, and that's how I'll go into a pitch meeting to sell it. So I'll have all that ammunition, because sometimes they definitely want the treatment, which will consist of the premise, storylines, characters, that sort of thing. And then I'll have an outline of the pilot, just in case they don't want to read the script yet. And then, of course, I have the script to back it up. That way, it depends on who I'm pitching to, how much time they have, what they're interested in.
So when you're going in and you're pitching a script, what is it that's going to make them buy that script? Because it's not just reading what you've written, right? Do you have the it? Do you have the sexiness when you go in?
I don't know. That's a good one. I don't know. I think, they have to believe in you. And a lot of times what I'll do, too, if you're trying to sell a show and you haven't sold one yet, or you say, I got this great idea, whatever, and you're not Steven Spielberg or somebody, right? Let's say. Then, say you're me. A good idea probably is to go ahead and partner with someone, a producer who does have the it or the heat behind them to get that job done. So I'll partner with like Aaron Magruder or somebody like that, or whomever. I'll get a big producer partner, because the main thing is they have to believe that you can get the job done. That's number one. So even if the story is good, they're like, yeah, this is great, but I don't know if you can do it.
Yeah, they got to make sure that they're actually going to get
delivered. Or I don't know if
delivered.
I want to work with you.
Yeah.
Because Hollywood people like, it's some kind of glamour thing. People like working with who they like to work with, or who they desire or wish they could work with, or whatever. And also they want to get the job done. So I know I can do the job, but they don't know it exactly. So who knows? Maybe they do know it. But I like to go in with a solid partner that has a big name, and even if I have to do all the work, or something like that, and then the next time around, until my name is big enough, then they'll say, okay, he can do it. And that's what I would say if you're starting out selling shows. Get a producer to partner with you that everybody knows and who likes your project and will sit in that pitch meeting with you, and the two of you pitch it together. Yeah, you're going to have to give up some of the money, but it's worth it. And plus you could maybe benefit from the experience of hopefully the person that you've partnered with. So that's the best way to do it, I think. And then the networks will believe in you and give you the money.
And then you can have whatever you want.
Yeah, they can finance the show and you can get it done. And then you learn all this stuff. But that's my formula for selling shows for right now, until my name is big enough that, I don't need come in with some other guy.
But how did you accept failure? That must be difficult, especially in Hollywood. There's a lot of rejection.
It's like anything else. It's like auditioning for an actor. You're going to get rejected a lot. So just get used to it. That's life. It's not anything personal, so don't take it personally. That's what I would tell you. Just go in. It's okay. Just go in there and just do your best. And you've done your best. You know the story. You know what you answered their questions. That's fine. That's it. Leave it the rest of the universe. It doesn't matter. Okay, if they don't like it, that's fine. That means you're going to find something better. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about rejection. It doesn't mean anything. So I would just say pitch it as much as you can until you and believe in yourself, believe in your project. Somebody's going to get it. Somebody will pick it up. That's what I see. So don't worry about rejection. It's like an actor. If an actor worried about rejection, it's not going to last long. It's like a baseball player. You hit 3 out of 10, you're in the Hall of Fame, right? It's like you're in the Hall of Fame. You're the greatest of all time, right? If you're successful 3 out of 10 times. Well, in our business, if you're successful 1 out of 10, 1 out of 100, you can be in the Hall of Fame, right? You only need one to get there, right? Necessarily. So anyway, I just keep going. Don't quit. No point in quitting. Just keep going. That's what I would tell you.
You sound like you're very connected. Like you get insight.
That's right too.
Yeah. Do you practice? Do you do meditation or anything?
Meditation, yeah, definitely. Meditation, and whatever other spiritual something I can do for the inside. Because again, the work is done on the inside. People think the work's done outside. People think that the blessings are coming from out there. I don't think so. I think the work's done on the inside, and I don't even like using the word necessarily attraction, because I know the law of attraction has been a big word now for 10, 15 years. And that's cool if that's how you see it. But I believe everything comes from inside. I don't think you're attracting it. I think it's coming from in here. And I think you're manifesting. You're creating
it.
You're manifesting from within, right? So if it makes you feel better or visualize better, but I don't think you're attracting it. I think you're creating it. Okay, so when you publish a book or a TV show, it's coming from out of here. And then once you lay down the rules from in here, then all this other stuff, it has to just manifest. I think So what are these other shows that you've got? Oh, I can't talk about those yet.
Give us a clue. Comedy, drama.
I can tell you comedy, sci-fi, drama, cop show.
Oh, you're going to mix it up a little bit then.
Yeah, I know. And see, that's something else. Hollywood's like, well, no one can actually do that. Yeah, I can. Actually, I can do that. I write comedy now. Whatever I came out of reality shows. You do what you have to do. My heart is probably more into, I love comedy because I can do it. It's really funny, right? But other than that, I love drama and sci-fi. Just love it with a passion. And I write it easy. It's easy to write, and I love going through the adventures of writing it. Breaking down the acts and so on, and getting everything right. So I enjoy that. And cop dramas, everybody loves those, so I have that. Sci-fi I love with a passion, and comedy is just, but everything I do has some meaning to it. Even like Black Jesus, everything people think, oh, that's whatever, it's funny. It's not. It's pro-Jesus. It's not religious. It's not pro-religious, but it is pro-Jesus in a way. But it is something just to get a heart feel for. That's all I'm trying to do. Is feel good about whatever you believe in, but just feeling good about what you saw or the story and got a laugh out of it. The shows I'm doing right now is like same thing. I'm trying to get just a good feeling. I don't want to preach to anybody. I just want them to walk away with, oh, really? Think about it and feel about it, but don't preach to them. Entertain them. Make them laugh or make them cry or whatever, but give them a little something. And something they could take, some some form of truth. That's what I'm trying to give them, even amongst all the crazy entertainment. So they'll walk away with something, and maybe it'll help them in life. That's the whole point.
I love that. Love that. Yeah, wonderful. Oh, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.